Is today's politics the result of TV and media, or was TV and media expanded for today's politics? Cue the music. How we doing out there, folks? How we doing? All right, so today's episode is labeled TV politics. Why do I call it TV politics? Because of the fact that everything is over dramatized. Everything is fucking, it's performance, man. It's fucking insane. It's not even fucking necessary anymore. And I'm asking the question, did we expand TV and media? Because it's not just TV anymore. Everything is fucking TV. Social media is fucking TV now, right? Everybody's a goddamn superstar. Everybody's a fucking TikTok star or some kind of fucking Instagram model or something going on, right? That it's so hard to find real anymore online. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for real. I'm looking for the truth. You see, lies carry weight. Lies carry weight because lies have to have a whole bunch of fake fucking backstories to back up the fucking lie when the truth runs free. The truth is light. Because when you have the truth, you see the light. Right? And all we're doing right now is we're feeding ourselves and our fucking children and our family and everything, all of this fucking media, TV, movies, social media, fucking all of this shit. It's just an overload. Gluttony's more than just fucking eating. It's the overconsumption of anything, right? Too much food, too much alcohol, too much sugar, too much whatever, marijuana might be natural, but too much of that, it's still a fucking bad thing. I know. I have problems with it sometimes myself. Too much social media, too much entertainment. See, TV and media was originally supposed to be for broadcasting information and entertainment. Now it's gotten to the point where the entertainment is the information. It's blended fucking together. I mean, look at it. Right now, we've had two fucking presidents. One of them that enjoyed being on TV so fucking much that he loves the camera. He loves the audience, right? Don't get me wrong. I like Trump. I like what he does because he runs this country like a fucking business. And that's what we need, because when you're dealing with financials and the well-being of people, you run it like a fucking business. Because when your people are bountiful and prosperous, they work better for you, and therefore your company moves and performs better as well, right? So you want to run this country like a business because you want people to be prosperous. He wants to leave behind a good legacy, but he also loves to perform. That's why he does the jokes. That's why he does the social media that he does, right? That's why he's fucking trolling people. He's having a fucking blast. He's enjoying his time. I mean, mind you, it might be fucking stressful, but he's not aging stressfully like fucking George Bush did or Obama did or fucking hell Biden. Jesus Christ, man. Presidency got to him so fucking bad, he started developing dementia before he even got into fucking office. Right? I mean, his head shrunk 1/4 its fucking original size. Jesus Christ. He went from a 5 head to an actual 4 1/4. But it just, and speaking of Biden, the other president, his complete fucking administration was run like a TV show. It was all the fucking smoke and mirrors. Jesus Christ, he was the first president to ever deliver fucking, to address the fucking people from a goddamn studio to represent the fucking White House. Why did you need a studio to represent the White House when you have the actual fucking White House, right? And so this was feeding onto the conspiracy theorist on the right-hand side and all the fucking Q followers, not QAnon people, Q followers. They were the nons, all right? So that being said, they were going absolutely fucking ape shit, screaming about, well, he's not the actual president, so he's not allowed into the White House, and they have to do this and they have to do that, but everything else and all of this other shit that they fucking said, he still fucking served his 4 fucking years. So whether he was the actual president or not, and they just let him play president because, hey, honestly, he was playing president. He didn't know if he was doing any fucking thing. He was constantly fucking taking instructions. He had to have fucking cue cards bigger than fucking Saturday Night Live. And they were constantly fucking changing. So, 2 TV presidents, and now we have nothing but TV politics. Everything is a performative fucking action. It's getting out of hand. There is no real truth anymore, hardly anything on the fucking television or social media. You got to learn to dig between the lines. Now, I'll give credit. This administration is actually one of the most transparent administrations I've ever seen, because of the fact that Trump tweets out as much as he fucking does, shows his thought process, right? Now, the media is going to take it and they're going to clip it and they're going to construe it because that's what they fucking do. Just like TV, what you do, right? Because whenever you film TV, you film movies, you film commercials, whatever you're fucking filming, you're going to edit. You're going to take the long take. You're going to take the things that you don't want from it. You're going to cut that out. You're going to clip pieces together and you're going to make it like one complete story and like nothing was ever fucking removed. So that way you can tell a story, tell the story that you want to tell. Correct? Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. When they filmed that with Robert Redford and Paul Newman, they clipped out the things that they didn't want. They clipped out the tricks that didn't fucking work. And then they put things together in a certain sequence to make it look like you tell a fucking story. And at the same time, it's not always filmed in sequence. I think it was Christopher Nolan was one of the first ones to actually start filming in sequence, and it flipped everybody out. So whenever we take that Hollywood and we implement those Hollywood tactics of storytelling and we integrate it into the media that's supposed to be the information portion, not the entertainment. See, it's acceptable when it's in the entertainment portion because those are dramatized. Those are not to tell facts and to inform you of current situations. They are to tell stories. Now, yes, there are documentaries that are done this way, and they can manipulate and tell specific stories. But it's up to you. If you want, you can go back and you can research and you can fact check whenever they give their bibliography in the bottom. Right, because most of your fucking documentaries will have some kind of a bibliography to showing their sources of where they got this information, and you can verify those sources. Then you have dramatic recreations. Now it's a recreation, so it's a dramatic retelling, meaning it's over dramatized already, so you should already know what to expect. Because all we're doing is we're taking little snippets of things here and there. Maybe a couple of quotes, maybe a couple of fucking dialogue things that you've actually had that was documented within case files. And you're going to over dramatize it for entertainment purposes. Because in all honesty, the truth is kind of boring sometimes. Well, not anymore. But it's okay and it's acceptable when it's on the entertainment side. But when you take those tactics and those skills and you integrate it and intertwine it into the information portion, it becomes something completely different. Now you have the capabilities of manipulation. Now you have the capabilities of indoctrination, in all honesty, right? It's the power of suggestion, like I said on the last episode. It's, in all honesty, manipulation and indoctrination. There is no real other word for it. Because the thing is, if you have the majority of your information portion of media overwhelmingly repeating the same things over and over and over again, almost word for word. And then you have your leaders of your country performing and repeating these same things over and over. It becomes put in people's heads. Now, when you have a civilization that begins to grow up on media and you consume too much media, you consume so much media that media becomes an influential member of your household. And that usually happens with the young and the old, right? The ones that are in between, some of them follow along certain footsteps because of family traditions or because they only read the highlights and the headlines. The young that overconsume it, it becomes part of their life and part of their world because they don't do much of anything outside anymore. Right? The growth of technology and with media expanding to where you can take media with you everywhere you go, it's become part of you. Again, media has become an influential member of your household. And the overconsumption of this is still gluttony. Ladies and gentlemen, it's called one of the 7 deadly sins for a fucking reason. We have got to learn how to look for the truth. We've got to learn to look for the real media, the real information that's being passed down. There is information. There is real media out there. But you've got to look for it and you've got to verify it. Make sure it's going to be real. Don't just take them at their word. Read things for yourself. Because the thing is, a lot of the things that the mainstream media is not talking about, some of the local media is. Because there are real scams and real cons going on that you're being blindfolded by your politicians while they're doing their fucking song and dance with Chuck Schumer jerking his fucking 2 dicks. Right? And inside those real scams, you'll find we are in a war. Not all wars are explosions and bullets and bombs. Wars are fought with words and ideology. Because it's those words and ideology that can conquer fucking countries. And if we're not careful, well, let's just say I have a coming soon section. So let's get into it, folks. First off, let's talk about this current fucking administration. I'm going to admit, this is one of the funniest fucking administrations that I personally have ever fucking seen. All right. Mind you, I am only 49 years old. I haven't lived a full fucking life like some of you have out there. But at the same time, yeah, this is a funny fucking administration. I think I actually talked about it whenever President Trump went on his Asian tour. He actually received the fucking golden crown from South Korea. I think it was South Korea. Yeah, South Korea. Again, 49 bifocals. Gotcha. All right. But, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. This is from the House Judiciary GOP. All right. Now, when I say this administration is funny, I am not talking about just the fucking president. I'm talking about the entire fucking administration. You ever gone to a job to where you enjoy your coworkers? You actually don't mind going to work. You don't mind doing your job sometimes, right? I've made the statement before and other people, and I've heard about it and I've heard it on other things. A lot of times whenever people go to work, they're just passing time. But it's the camaraderie that you build with your crew that gives meaning to that time that passes. So you can see that this crew is having fun. Happy Halloween from the House Judiciary GOP. Warnings. The following may be too frightening for some viewers. Let's take a look at it. It's a picture of fucking Kamala Harris behind the fucking White House desk in the Oval Office. You've got to be fucking kidding me. That is hilarious. I don't give a goddamn who the fuck you are. Well, the lefties may not think it's fucking funny. And then we have one of my personal fucking favorites, Mr. JD fucking Vance, number 48 himself. I swear to God, this man needs to be 48. This man is so fucking good. I believe in JD Vance. I like what he does. I like what he talks about. He stands up for what he believes in. And he stands up for, oh my God. I like JD Vance. And a lot of you may have already seen the meme of JD Vance with his little chubby cheeks that he's got going on right here whenever they wanted to make fun of him, and he decided to make it his profile picture. Look, folks, I'm telling you right now, if you can't learn to fucking laugh at yourself, you're going to fucking hate life. All right. You're not going to laugh at much of anything. You're only going to laugh at the distress and the horrible actions that happen to fucking others, and you can't laugh at yourself. Then you are an evil, hateful fucking person. No matter how much love you think you have, and no matter how much time you actually spend screaming the word inclusivity, you are still a hateful fucking person if you cannot laugh at yourself. I'm sorry. It's just, that's my personal opinion. That's how I fucking feel. JD Vance, he can laugh at himself. He decided for Halloween, he's going to be his meme.
Happy Halloween, kids. And remember, say thank you.
Can't play too much of that. It's probably a copywritten fucking tone. They have fun. They have fun. And they poke fun at others. Looks like they got Charlie Sheen in on the fucking joke, I guess. This is from the White House. Open the government or the sombrero will keep getting bigger. Mr. Hakeem Jeffries, you have been warned.
Your nightmare marathon rolls on. Scary Movie 3 continues.
I lost my faith. A terrible night.
They're putting Hakeem Jeffries with a little fucking sombrero on this little clip from Scary Movie 3. And then as the clip goes on, you'll see the sombrero getting a little bit bigger. And then a little bit bigger. Oh, where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Jeffries, open the government. We need it going. But with the Democrats, it's all performative action. And whether it's going to be on TV, it could be type performative action. The comedy is what the performance is coming from the right. Whenever the right, and I say this, I say the right in a vague sense, honestly, because there's actually a lot of people on the Republican ticket that are in politics that are just as performative and just as fucking crooked as these Democrats. The only difference is that they're not fighting against the current administration. So they are not currently targeted because the Democrats and those on the left are fighting against the current administration to try to remove him. And if he is removed from office, not only will he not be able to get rid of the crooked shit on the left, but he won't be able to get rid of the crooked shit on the right. And if you don't think he's going to go after the crooked shit on the right, why was Matt Gaetz looked at as one of the first people to fucking be the fucking head of the DOJ? Because Matt Gaetz is well known for calling out those on the right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't give a goddamn if you're left, if you're right, in the fucking center. If you're wrong, you're wrong. That's it. That's all there is to it. There's got to be consequences to fucking actions. Otherwise, you don't learn your fucking lesson. If you put your hand on a hot fucking burner, you're going to get burned. Thus, cause and effect, consequences to actions. There's a reason for shit. I didn't wash my hands when I got through eating barbecue, which is why I slipped and fell out of a tree and broke my goddamn arm. There's consequences to fucking actions. But these people believe they want to be performative, right? They don't want to be fucking, they can't be touched just yet. Everything's a performative action for them. And they have these performative actions for reasons, right? They need to get you to believe everything that they're fucking telling you. You who are consuming everything constantly, all in and day out, all fucking, that's all you fucking do. Because the only message that the Democrats have is Trump is wrong, Trump is hate, and everything he does is evil. Listen to him. Right here from Representative Eric Swalwell. Jesus fuck, if I could talk, I had a fucking FUD moment. Says, don't even think of seeking the Democratic nomination for president unless you pledge to take a wrecking ball to the Trump ballroom on day one. Why is that even a fucking necessity? Why is that even a fucking necessity? Jesus Christ, there's been renovations on the fucking White House on a regular fucking basis. And we've already talked about the fact that the White House is being paid for by donations and by Trump, right? They're all screaming about the goddamn ballroom. We've got shit going on in this fucking world and they're all screaming about the goddamn ballroom. Jesus Christ, Eric fucking Swallowswell right here. This farting motherfucker wants to piss and moan about the goddamn ballroom when we got real fucking issues going on, right? Then you got right here from RNC Research, says Representative Janelle Bynum, bitch none. All right, Janelle bitch bums can't say why she voted for the shutdown of the government. Bitch bum says any bill that the Republicans have put forth, there's always been a poison pill. It's a clean fucking CR. They didn't add anything to it. What does the Democrats want to do? The Democrats want to fucking add $1.5 trillion fucking dollars to this fucking bill. Why? Because USAID has been removed. USAID is not funding PBS, NPR, all this fucking shit. The fucking alphabet goddamn community over in fucking Africa. Jesus Christ. Why the fuck are we trying to fucking do all this shit over in other fucking countries, right? But all the while, the Democrats are screaming health care. That is a small portion of that $1.5 trillion. It is a portion, but it is a small portion of the $1.5 trillion. And now whenever they started screaming the health care and the truth started coming out about what they was really proposing in the $1.5 fucking trillion, what happens? Then they start talking about the ACA, the American Care Act, right? Obamacare. We need to have negotiations because everybody's going to be losing their fucking benefits and everything. All the premiums is going to fucking skyrocket on January and open enrollment starts on November 1st. See, they're shifting their fucking goalposts. They're moving things around. They're doing it for fucking performance meanings because of the fact that they never have a real fucking goal. And they want you to react to all of this dramatic performances because you are fucking pawns, because you are the audience. You're the one that gets enraged because you get I cry in fucking movies. You cry in fucking movies. This is all a goddamn fucking movie, right? Have you ever gone to the fucking movies and you just really fucking didn't like the villain? I'll be honest with you. I watched the movie Eye for an Eye and I really, really did not like Kiefer Sutherland in that fucking movie. And he made me angry in that movie. Because movies build up emotions, because of the dramatism, the dramatics that's portrayed in the fucking film. It's supposed to relate to you. It's supposed to build something in you. It's supposed to get you going. And that's what all these fucking politicians are trying to do. Sometimes they fuck up because they forget they're performing. And they start talking honestly, especially on podcasts. I love podcasts. I'm really enjoying whenever politicians go on podcasts because they try to be like the common man sometimes, and they don't really know how the common man acts because they're fucking elites. Like I talked about in the last episode. So they try to be like the common man. And then they let things slip. Because honestly, I get it. It's a goofy ass left-loading fucking podcast. But why the fuck are they asking a gay man about his opinion on how a woman looks? He's attracted to men. Why would you ask the gay man? Oh shit, my bad. Why would you ask the gay man about his thoughts on a woman? But listen how he responds.
Is Megyn Kelly chopped?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what is I've heard it, but I don't know what that means.
What is it with these fucking kids and this goddamn words, man? Chopped or unk?
What does chopped mean?
She's gonna get mad at me, dude. I don't know if I want this here.
What does chopped mean?
Chop means like not hot.
Yeah, she's chopped.
Well, of course he's gonna fucking think that because he likes sucking fucking dick. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. You think he's gonna go against another fucking throw goblin? He's not gonna do that. I mean, he might. The way that he acts, he's more of a taker than a giver. I'm sure he's the bitch in the relationship. There ain't no goddamn way he's the stud.
I don't know, the whole MAGA looking.
It's all the MAGA
It's
ladies.
too
All the MAGA ladies. What the fuck is wrong with all the fucking MAGA ladies? Let's see what they say.
much.
Kind of looks like a Barbie doll covered in like WD-40.
A Barbie doll covered in WD-40. I guess that's better looking than a fucking like, you know, a refurbished generic fucking Mr. Potato Head.
I think she looks trans.
So looking trans, because this guy,
Let's end on that note.
She,
right? Let's end on that note because he does not need that on his fucking podcast. But he says, I think she looks trans. Trans women are women, right? Trans women are beautiful. I mean, hell, trans women are supposed to be so fucking beautiful. They even put them in fucking Playboy. But now it's an insult because Don Lemon accidentally admitted that trans women are fucking ugly. Yep. And then you have this performative bitch. This is an Illinois congressional candidate, Kat Abugazala. Kat Abudi-Gazelle has been federally charged for impeding federal agents at an ICE facility in Chicago. She thinks interfering with immigration enforcement is free speech. This bitch. She responds to the federal indictment. I'm gonna let her pronounce her fucking name because again, Abudi-Gazelle, I don't know. Let's see.
My name is Kat Abou-Ghazaleh. I'm running for Congress in the 9th District of Illinois, and the Department of Justice is charging 6 people, including myself, with federal crimes for exercising our First Amendment rights near ICE's Broadview Processing Center. This is a political prosecution.
No, it's not a political prosecution. This she goes on to fucking talk about she needs her help, First Amendment rights, whatever. This is the fucking stupidity and the performance that's being pushed forth on a lot of this shit. Well, let's actually find out what the fuck she did. Well, that's one of those right there. That's part of the fucking clip. Oh, wait, that's a nice picture of her. I guess was that a costume party or was that a cocktail party or was that waiting for cocks in her fucking tail? I'm not 100% sure on that one. Let's see. Let me scroll. I mean, there was a vehicle that was trying to leave the ICE facility. And she decided she was going to stop it, right? Now, there's a podcast, and this podcast was talking to her about this. See, it's the Tara Palmieri show. And again, podcasts they're pretty much the new fucking media now because we can't really believe anything on the mainstream media. But that being said, so Tara Palmieri, she's talking to her right here, and she's going to be asking her about this video, and the video is going to play here in a second.
That they are.
And there she is. You can see her right there. She's pushing on the vehicle. They're standing directly in the way, pushing on the vehicle that's trying to exit the ICE facility, right? This is what they honestly believe is free fucking speech. This is not free fucking speech. This is impeding law enforcement. They are actually trying to do their fucking job. All right. That's all they're trying to do is their fucking job. They're trying to remove these illegal immigrants. And the majority of them are all fucking like they have, other than the crime of crossing the border illegally, they have other crimes that have been stacked on them as well as fucking reckless driving and fucking rape and murder and all this other shit. And we're trying to get them out. But how does she react to this video?
But when you see that, what do you think right now?
Tara, once again, this is my first time being federally indicted. Like I said,
Yeah.
I plan on pleading not guilty. The evidence will come out in court, and I plan on winning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
And then she just cut the fucking feed.
just really quickly, I did want to ask you about just the fact that like conspiracy to impede an officer is up to 6 years in prison, forcibly impeding an.
See, she's still trying to ask questions. Doesn't even realize the feed was just fucking cut. That the fucking person that was running for congressional office just cut the fucking feed. Did not even realize it happened. This is the spoiled little fucking entitlement that you fucking see. This is the performative fucking action that you fucking see from them. Right? They think they can get away with this shit. They think, and they twist fucking words. Like she's saying, she's exercising her right of free fucking speech while impeding fucking law enforcement. And the thing is, they don't even realize how stupid they fucking sound when they talk. I honestly don't believe that they realize how stupid they fucking sound when they talk. Joy Reid thinks this is a bad thing.
Is that if you go back before the 20th century, there were no income taxes, there were no regulations on business. You could earn as much money as you want, leave 100% of it to your children with no taxes. Right. That's the world they want back. And to get it back, they need society to change. They need people to be less modern. They need people to want fewer things. What I don't think she understands. I don't get the whole fucking less modern thing. Why? Because they want government to fucking supply for people. Just remember, if the government has the capability, if the government is responsible for feeding you, then the government is capable of starving you. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. These people are so fucking stupid. It's so fucking performative that it is a guy on here saying that every liberal Trump supporter or every Trump supporter needs to face a Nuremberg trial. If you remember the Nuremberg trials after fucking World War II, right? That's all they do is that it's always to the fucking extreme. They're even so bad you have fucking military members, fucking National Guardsmen. Right? Now, the National Guard live in their local areas. So whenever they're deployed, if they're deployed to that area, they'll pull the National Guard from you. So they live there. And some of them think that they're just brilliant enough that they can go on fucking internet. I'm not going to do what I've been instructed to do. Sorry about your bad luck there, brother, but you swore a fucking oath and signed a goddamn contract. You can either do it or you can get arrested. That's simple. Disobeying a direct order. Sorry about your bad luck. You don't get a choice in the matter. This is what you signed up for. That is called consequences to actions. Now, you might be saying that I never thought the president would be doing this. Well, you know what? I never thought the governors would be doing this. I never thought civilization would be doing this. But here we are. Now, before our little fucking booty gazelle got that indictment, she got a little going away present. Here she is trying to get in front of another fucking vehicle without the support of her crowd. And they say, that's a no-go. There you go. Have at it. There's your ass. Right? Ain't got no ass. But that's what she's getting. And then you want the judges. The judges are going to get on the performative action because they don't really get on TV. They don't really get on social media because that's going to look bad on them. They're not allowed to do that. So what do? They issue injunctions. Trump has had over 150 fucking injunctions against him. That's fucking insane. Are you fucking kidding me? Right? An Obama judge just decided that President Trump's administration is required to pay SNAP benefits to Americans during the Schumer shutdown. Look, Congress is the one that takes care of the finances. All they need to do is pay the bills. That's all we're trying to do. But it's Congress, the one that's saying that they're not going to let you pay the bills. But you know what? Let's change the whole fucking scenario, right?
Let's look at it like this. You have a wife or a spouse, so we don't discriminate. You have a spouse. Your spouse is the one that handles the finances and takes care of paying the bills. Now, your spouse decides not to pay the light bill. Power is going to go out. And you say, I need you to pay the light bill. And your spouse says, I need a new car. Now you say, you don't need that new car. We have a car. Let's pay the bills. No. See, I need that new car. And it's going to benefit the family, right? Because it's going to get better gas mileage. And it's an EV, right? So there's no gas. It's all electric. I need that electric car, right? You say, if you get that new electric car, we can't really afford to purchase the electric car at first place. In second place, that electric car is going to increase our electric bill that you're refusing to pay. No, that's beside the point. See, you are trying to hold me hostage by not getting me a new car. And now the lights just went out. And it's your fault that the lights went out because you won't get me this new electric car. See, all I'm trying to do is save you money on gas. But you have to spend the money to get the new electric car. Now that sounds like a ridiculous fucking argument, but that's basically the same fucking argument that's happening right now. That's basically what's fucking happening right now. But because of all the performative actions, because the social media, now that everybody's a fucking TV star, everybody thinks they got to chime in. But I hate to tell these people, not everybody belongs in front of a camera.
How can you judge someone for being on food stamps when you buy your groceries with a credit card? Got him.
I'm not sure he's completely fully aware. I'm almost certain that his crayons came with flavors, right? Don't get me wrong. He looks kind of like a Billy Bob type of thing. If Billy Bob grew up north, this is what we're fighting against. And this is what was raised off of media, right? The Democrats can't even defend themselves. Hakeem Jeffries says the filibuster is a Jim Crow relic, but he refused to agree with President Trump on getting rid of it, right? While he will agree with the former President Obama on getting rid of it, Trump is saying it's interpreted as a sign of a hostile takeover. You see how they're twisting the words, right? It's okay if Obama says it, but it's not okay if Trump says it. That's the whole fucking point. It's anything against Trump, because what is Trump doing? Trump is exposing the truth. Trump is actually telling the truth of what the fuck is going on. They're not letting him feed you this bullshit. Here's some more performative action. Salt Lake City Council, right, puts out a tweet. We remain committed to treating everyone in our community with respect and dignity to the full extent of power. On SLC airport arrest, we are aware of an arrest conducted by federal immigration agents, which is unusual at the Salt Lake City International Airport. It's unusual because you don't take care of fucking business and we have to come in and do it. Incidents like this create fear and uncertainty in our community. The operation was not coordinated with or directed by Salt Lake City Police. We have requested additional information from federal agencies in the interest of promoting transparency, accountability, and the well-being of all who live and visit our city. Salt Lake City remains committed to treating everyone in the community with respect and dignity to the full extent of our power. It's fucking performative fucking action. They have to come out and they have to make everything fucking grandstanding. It's anything. It's about the victimhood of themselves. Right? They're creating victims of everybody. Anything to make Trump and the administration and the things that we're trying to get done to look bad. They lie. NBC Bay Area right here. Federal agents arrest undocumented father at home in San Jose. Homeland Security comes back with a fucking retort. Why is NBA Bay Area peddling a fucking hoax for a fucking pedophile? Well, sorry. I added the fuckings. It just makes it more fucking dramatic. Here are the facts. At IceGov, arrested Gerardo Rojas Leyva, a criminal illegal alien from Mexico with a rap sheet including lewd and lascivious. I ain't pronouncing that word anymore. Acts with a child, battery of a spouse, domestic battery, and providing compensation for prostitution. So he was fucking kids, fucking whores, and beating his wife. This pedophile illegally re-entered the U.S. after previous removal of felony at an unknown date and time. President Trump and Secretary Noem are removing criminal illegal predators from our communities and putting the safety of America fucking first. I mean, that's all it is. Performative fucking actions, right? And they won't talk about the good shit. They hate on fucking Joe Rogan because he exposes some of this shit, right? Joe Rogan, they're trying to shit on everything that he does and hide all the good stuff. You didn't hear about Elon rescuing those astronauts, the astronauts that Biden told him not to fucking do until after the goddamn election. Are you fucking? Well, I say Biden relatively, the Biden administration, because there was a Biden that was supposed to be the head of the administration, but this motherfucker barely even knew he had a goddamn head. If it wasn't for the fact that he got to wear a hat every now and then, he wouldn't even know he had a fucking head. And what do? Performative fucking action again, right here. This is Daniel Biss. Whoever the fuck Daniel Biss is, says dad, husband, progressive leader, and fighter for working folks. Let's take on billionaire class together. Motherfucker. He sucks the teat out of George Soros. I'm almost fucking certain of it. Either way, he says on Halloween, a day for family and community, Trump, Bovino, and ICE CBP are abducting our neighbors and assaulting protesters. We will not accept this. I urge you to sign up, get trained, join a rapid response team, and be part of the effort to keep our neighbors safe. This is part of the fucking reason why we have people swarming around with goddamn cameras and trying to obstruct fucking justice. This is the reason why we have people ramming fucking vehicles against the ICE and obstructing fucking justice. This is the reason why ICE is pulling out their fucking weapons so that way the left can get their gotcha moments and put their little cameras out there and do their clipping so they can say that these people are evil and wrong. This is where the editing comes in. It's because of motherfuckers like this. He's got 20,000 fucking followers. And that's 20,000 fucking people that probably want to suck on his dick. He got Representative Mike Quigley. ICE alert. Federal agents have been spotted in our district at Lincoln and Foster. That's obstructing fucking justice. And because you have representatives out here performing like this, right? Trying to get people. This is, and the reason why they're doing this is they're doing this for campaigns. It's the ABCs of fucking politics, folks. It's always be campaigning. It never ends. It never ends. That's the whole fucking purpose of this fucking shutdown. There's even rumors right now that they're talking about opening the government up back on fucking Thursday after the Tuesday election. Why? Always be campaigning. And you are pawns. And you people that are hungry, they want you to be hungry. And they want you to be angry because they want you to vote against, not for. That is the whole purpose of the Democrat Party on their ideology and how they fucking push their narrative is vote against, not for. That's why whenever they campaign, they only talk about the negative of their opponent, not really of what they want. See, they say what they plan to give because they know you want. You always want. That's the whole point of consuming the media and the commercials and everything else that goes through there. They want you to see all the lavishness. This is why we started the fucking reality TV. This is why we have the Real Housewives or whatever the fuck. Because you want to be part of them. Because they talk just as trashy as you. But yet, they have so much more than you. So you want to be part of them. You want to mimic them. That's what you do. That's how you got your Insta models posing on little fucking toy fucking game cars in the fucking arcade just to look like a goddamn hooker. That's all because of these performative actions. You have a fucktard right here, Scotty K Fitness. Don't get me wrong. I like some of his videos. They are entertaining. Absolutely. I have hearted some of his videos on TikTok. But this motherfucker's talking about how his brother can't afford food and he's getting on snaps. And then Wall Street 8 breaks it down right here. It says Scotty Fitness has 4.1 million followers on TikTok, estimated making over $30,000 per month. He also has additional revenues that bring his monthly income to around $60,000 a month. He's making videos saying fuck you to taxpayers for not wanting to pay his brother's SNAP food stamps. Why can't he help? It's funny, all the performative ones that actually have it, that are speaking out for others, never want to give. Never want to give. And then you have the fucking brilliant ones that are coming out here and they're doing their performative actions. This liberal woman thinks she's going to purposely date ICE men. That's the new plan. Women are getting it done. Women are now dating ICE agents to get photos of them without their mask. Because they want to unmask ICE. Why do they want to unmask ICE? So they can dox them. So they can threaten them. So they can kill them. They already know that the cartel has already put out hits on the fucking major people in ICE. This is why we have people like Stephen Miller living in a fucking bunker. Living on military bases. I think they said Stephen Miller and Pete Hegseth are living on military bases. Because they don't have Secret Service detail on a regular basis, I guess. So they're trying to protect themselves. Right? They're trying to protect themselves. The Democrats said it. He's pissing and moaning right here. Breaking. A Democrat congressman just asked MAGA to imagine who gets killed under President AOC, as if President AOC was a fucking option. Jesus Christ, that fucking horse face. Her teeth stretch out for like half a foot. Man, it's just like, Don't get me wrong. She's got some nice tatas and a sweet little fucking booty, and I'd still probably tap it without even thinking twice to it. Especially give me a fucking shot or two. Just cover her fucking face. She can laugh in the goddamn pillow. It wouldn't take that long, though. Just a couple of minutes. Said it sure would be a shame if everyone like, well, whatever, yeah. But, I mean, he's talking about the fucking boats blowing up. Because everybody's pissing and moaning about these goddamn boats blowing up in the fucking water, which I can't fucking fathom why this is such a topic that's so important to them. They want to talk about blowing up the boats. My only retort is we're not blowing up the boats. We're blowing up the drugs. They just happen to be in the boat. God, I didn't want to do that.
Graham could need to imagine who gets killed when President Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says that it doesn't matter what the law says. She's going to do what she's going to do.
See, he's actually trying to make a play on the things because Trump was talking about the fact that whenever they said, do you want to go through Congress to enact war against Venezuela? He's like, no. We're just going to kill him in the water. See, that's the thing. Everybody is having this absolute fucking shit fit about killing him in the fucking water. But what's wrong with that? Honestly, what's wrong with that? They're trying to come in. They're trying to kill us with these fucking drugs and make this money. And if people get in their way, they will try to kill them with guns to get these drugs to the people, to kill a lot of us and make this fucking money. So if they're coming in to harm me, why can't I harm them first? If I got a man that comes onto my front fucking yard holding a fucking gun, ready to harm me and take all of my stuff, take my money, well, I'm going to harm him first. It's only fucking natural. It's only natural. These people are just, you got here, Rachel Gilmore, doing her overperformative action. There is a real and scary rise of far-right extremism happening right now, but we need to be careful not to make this into a witch hunt. The far-right culture exists, but not everything they embrace is only embraced by them. You see, they are having problems. This is why I'm not a fan of the two-party system. I'm just going to put it that way. I'm not a fan of the two-party system because of the fact that it has to categorize you. Are you a libertarian? What are you? What are you, a Samaritan? Are you a left-leaning? Are you progressive? Are you moderate? I don't give a damn. I'm an American. That's what the fuck I am. I'm a fucking American. That's all that needs to be fucking said. I'm an American because I was born in this goddamn country. I was raised in this goddamn country, and I have the right to vote in this goddamn country because I am one with this fucking country. I'm sorry. I broke the trend. I don't need to be categorized. I don't want to be categorized. Now, this chick right here, she has a podcast, and it's called The Bubble Pop. But they're talking about how just because somebody does one thing doesn't make them a far-right extremist. They have categorized us so much that even the people on their own side are getting backlash from their own people for doing the things that we do.
Typical statement that any radicalization expert will tell you is no one thing by itself is an indicator of anything, right? And so I'm old enough to remember when long beards and Muslims in thobes were seen as indicators by law enforcement agencies, and convert, even as something basic as conversion to Islam was considered as a risk factor, right? And so I don't think we should replicate the far right versions of that and just say these things are gateway drugs or something like that. But I do think so it's always a confluence of things in addition to all of these interests that are potential threats. And so you might be really into MMA or really into martial arts, but if it becomes about racial purity or the warrior spirit or
And see, this is how they fucking. So if you're really into MMA, but you're only doing MMA because of racial purity, so that's bad if you're white. But what if you're black? Is it okay if you're black? You're doing MMA for racial purity? I mean, it's all a performative fucking action. And what do you get from these performative actions? You get chaotic results. You get right here. Newly resurfaced video from September shows a member of an American opposition admitting how they have coalitions of insurrectionists who are planning the largest DC protest in American history starting on November 5th. He says, like I said with Carlos, the founder, we're chartering a plane to get as many people as we can. We're a nationwide organization. We have coalitions all over the country. This disproves any of the claim that the far left insurrectionists happening nationwide are natural and are not coordinated, because Nancy Pelosi wants to tell you that it was natural. It was down to the salts of the earth. The organizer says again, he says, we keep pushing every day until masses of people are standing around the White House and around the Capitol building, around the fascist Supreme Court, until we drive Trump fascist regime from power. We're going to facilitate this demand to get as many people to Washington, D.C. as we possibly can. And this is real. There's flyers for this. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back here. Where's those flyers? I've got them down here. Here we go. So this is the refusal fascism protest. And it says, protest, surround the White House, surround the Capitol, surround the illegitimate fascist PAC Supreme Court. Come back again and again across the country, refuse to comply. Every person of conscience, millions of us together, grind the machinery of the fascist regime to a halt. Don't stop until Trump is removed. The Trump fascist regime is illegitimate. What it is demanding we become is unconscionable. Jesus fuck, man. It's like my eyes just went fucking 1-2 directions and all the words just said, I'm going to come out at once. All right, so unconscionable. At every level of society, in every institution, tens of millions of us know this in our bones. If we dare, we can defeat a horror that threatens humanity's very survival. If we fail to even try, future generations, if they exist, will never forgive us. This is who they are. But because of this, because of all this performative action, breaking today in Aurora, a Chicago suburb, ICE agents surrounded by the car of a U.S. citizen in a parking lot, firing into her windshield as she screamed that her children were inside. Performative action, right? Agents then dragged her from the car without presenting a warrant or probable cause. Excessive force, no warrant, no justification. This woman was fucking following and honking and harassing fucking ICE and running into their fucking vehicles. She had kids in the fucking car whenever she was doing this because she thought that was going to fucking protect her. And it's performative action. Whenever she gets arrested and she gets fucking handcuffed, she starts screaming and yelling to the people that's holding the fucking camera for performative action. What did they shoot at her windshield? They shot fucking paintballs to distort the front view of the fucking windshield so that way she can't see where she's going and she's less likely to drive off. You can clearly see, if you're watching, there are dents in her fucking vehicle from where she backed in. Or that might be a shadow. I'm sorry. Whatever the fuck. I give two fucking shits. It's what the fuck ever. It's all performative fucking action. And they are fucking angry, hateful people. And they do it with a smile. At UT San Antonio.
What can we do as a whole to ensure that what happened to Charlie Kirk does not happen again?
It can happen again. I don't really care.
It can happen again. I don't really fucking care. They're hateful, angry fucking people. When you live a life like that, how can you find fucking joy in anything? I don't play around with the word hate very often. I'm not a big fan of it. Whenever I did have children, I had stepchildren, I would teach them that the word hate, the best way to describe the word hate is if you find somebody sitting on the side of the street or on a sidewalk, they're writhing in pain, slowly dying, and they will be tortured through this pain until they seek death, until death finds them, but won't be for a while. And you find joy in this. That is hate. These people hate what they oppose. Maryland State Senator Dalia Attar She was arrested on federal charges. Baltimore City State Senator Dahlia Attar has been arrested and indicted on federal extortion and conspiracy charges, according to the court documents obtained by Fox 45 News. Locals will give you real media sometimes. You've got to look for it. You've got to find it. After a Democrat representing Baltimore's 41st district took office in January after being appointed to fill the vacant seat, now facing serious allegations tied to an alleged extortion scheme involving abuse of her political position and coordination with others for money or favors. Her arrest has come amid a string of corruption scandals that have rocked Maryland politics. Gee, funny that. Federal investigators haven't released the full details of the indictment or potential penalties, and there's been no word on whether she'll be resigned or be suspended. They don't want to let her go, just like they don't want to let go of the fucking Social Security numbers. They don't want to remove dead voters, because if that voter's dead, then you can give their Social Security and their SNAP benefits and other stuff to illegal aliens. You didn't know they was doing that, did you? There's a reason why they don't want to remove their voter rolls. And because of the performative actions, you have shit like this. This is from Libs of TikTok. OMG. I am not pronouncing that fucking name. Something Tatey. Sucky Kundi Tatey. A 44-year-old man was arrested at a Planet Fitness in Maryland after he was allegedly caught disguising himself as a woman to invade the female bathroom and record women. He reportedly took videos of women while they were in the shower. Tatey has been charged with multiple counts of peeping Tom and other offenses. Planet Fitness also allows men pretending to be women to use women's locker rooms. Shit is getting out of fucking hand. It's all because of these performative fucking actions by these goddamn governors and these fucking politicians that they want this chaos. They need this chaos. Breaking. ICE officer opens fire in California after another vehicle tries to run over and kill federal agents without provocation. Because of this shit, because of the performative actions, because of calling Trump Nazis and his supporters Nazis, right? They say they resemble, they act like, they want to be like. DHS agents had to pull their firearms on a legal alien after they ran multiple vehicles. These people really love to fuck around and find out. And then you have one, oh my God. There was one, where's it at? Here we go. Oh, you bitch. Just fucking had it. Here we go. This stupid bitch tries to come in and play the goddamn hero and open the door of the fucking ICE vehicle to release the illegal immigrant that is being detained. Hey! Now she gets grabbed, thrown to the side, and what does the officer do? I'm gonna mute this shit. Jesus. Bitch screaming. So she gets grabbed, thrown to the side, and an officer pulls his fucking gun because she's fixing to combat him again. He doesn't know if she has a weapon, if she has a knife, if she has a taser, or what the fuck she has. The only thing that he knows is she tried to grab his fucking detainee and release it. It's what he knows. Now, everybody's going online and they're doing their performative fucking actions, and oh my God, he tried to pull a gun on an unharmed woman, and she wasn't doing nothing. She wasn't doing nothing. This is what they fucking believe. They believe harassment is speech. They believe trying to rescue. They think they are rescuing these people, and they're not. It's bad. And it's because of this performative action. from all these fucking politicians, from all this fucking media. But like I said, sometimes when you get them on a podcast, they tell the truth. I don't know what it is that's in their head that flip just switches. Abby Phillips. We know Abby Phillips. Abby Phillips is the anti-Scott Jennings. She tries to play moderator, but she just really just likes to interrupt him. She's on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne. Listen to what she admitted.
When you look at what Trump is doing as president, in a way, he's challenging capitalism. He's putting tariffs on countries indiscriminately, just because he wants to, making the case that he's doing it for Americans. He is taking government stakes in private companies. That's a Bernie Sanders idea, by the way. He is creating a government website where people can shop around for prescription drugs, another Bernie Sanders idea. So his willingness to just take some of these ideas that Democrats have been talking about and just do them, no matter how controversial they are, has been one of the things that, whether you like him or not, what people will say about Trump is that he does what he says. And I think that Democrats, one of the big problems that they have is that voters don't think they're going to do what they say.
Because they don't do what the fuck they say. Because if they did what the fuck they say, they wouldn't be able to say it anymore. Because that's what it's about. It's about performative fucking action. That's what it's always about. This is what we have, people, is TV politics. Right? TV fucking politics. What they don't like is the fact that the people that are in this administration right now, even though they do like to perform, they do like to have fun, they don't perform when it comes to the information. They don't bullshit around. And Mr. 48, Mr. Vance, he don't take no shit.
Skyrocket. Now here is our very simple proposal to the Democrats. Let's sit down and come to a compromise and work it out. And you know what the Democrats' response to that is? Give us everything we want or we're going to shut down the government and keep it shut down. That is not reasonable behavior. That's not how you do compromise in this town. That is the way that the Democrats have operated. They are trying to take a hostage and we can't reward that behavior. If we do that, if we say, yes, of course, we'll give you everything that you want if you reopen the government, you know what's going to happen? In 3 months, they're going to come back to the administration and they're again going to say, we're going to shut down the aviation industry. We're going to deny people SNAP benefits unless you give us exactly what you want. That's how a child behaves. That is not how a responsible governing party behaves in the United States of America. And let me make one final point and then we'll cut out of this press conference. Look, I've been a little bit unfair, and I want to correct this, because when I say the Democrats have shut down the government, it's actually the far left side of the Democratic Party. Because
the far left side of the Democratic Party. Either way, they're acting like fucking kids, right? What happens whenever your kid comes fucking crying to you and you give him what he wants? He's going to come crying again. And he's going to realize every time he can fucking cry, he can get what he wants every fucking time. And you can't do that. You can't do that. But that's what we have. We have spoiled politicians, spoiled citizens, and spoiled media. See, right here, breaking. The Trump administration has just banned reporters from a part of the White House after several members of the media were caught secretly recording video and audio and taking photos of sensitive information without permission. This is why they've had their passes revoked from the Pentagon. Reporters have also spied out private closed-door meetings and wandered into restricted areas near the Oval Office and have been seen ambushing cabinet officials after private meetings. And then they turn around and they say they heard, right? That's probably where their anonymous sources are coming from. They are probably their own fucking anonymous source. Most likely. right here. They talk about the danger. This administration is calling out the fucking performative actions, calling out the lies. And they can't stand it. So what do? They attack. They attack the character, right? See, the thing is, they can try to attack the policies as much as they want, but what they're doing is they're constantly attacking the fucking character. A debate is not won by insulting somebody's fucking appearances and the way that they act. You have to debate the topic at hand. If I go into a debate about abortions, am I going to win that debate of abortions by talking about how the other person looks trans and shouldn't even know anything about having kids? No. Right here, fucking Mr. Swallowswell, Trump admits he is in fact in charge of the White House, Senate, and House, and therefore is responsible for the government being closed. Now, he says this because Trump puts his fucking Truth Social out and says because of the fact that the Democrats have gone stone cold crazy, the choice is clear: initiate the nuclear option, get rid of the filibuster, and make America great again. See, the thing is, for some fucking reason, the politicians on the left, the Democrats that are in fucking office currently, and the mainstream fucking media, for the majority of it, has a fucking problem with a boss issuing commands. We all know Trump's going to talk. Trump's been talking on fucking Twitter for as long as he's been fucking alive, or as long as Twitter's been around. He absolutely fell in love with fucking Twitter when it first came around. He was always using it. Because he likes to express his opinion, because he likes to gain a following, because he likes the attention, but he likes to express his opinion. Trump is always going to be fucking Trump. That being said, why is it a problem? The thing is, whenever Trump says, hey, Pam, go get this shit done, that means that I've seen this information because I'm allowed access to this information. Now, will I tell you to go investigate and get information? No, because that's not my job. But if I know of a crime that has happened and you have investigated this already, and I see what you have investigated, but you haven't started any indictments yet, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, what are you waiting on? Why isn't it done? Let me put it in a job-like scenario. You are scrolling TikTok after you've already finished loading up the truck, getting ready to make a delivery. And your boss comes in and says, what are you doing? Is the truck loaded? Like, yes. Then go make the damn delivery. Your boss saw that the truck was loaded. He saw you weren't taking action to make that delivery happen. And he knew that he only had so much time to get the delivery done because other things need to get done too. Get the job done. That's all he's saying. But the Democrats want to have their performative action and they want to talk about how he's a dictator. Is it being a dictator to conduct your people to do their fucking job? No, it's not. So why does he do it? Somebody asked him.
I want to ask you a question because I cannot.
Go ahead, let's go.
You're a billionaire, awesome guy. Why don't you just off and go to an island?
I get that question so much. It's true. They say, why do you do this? You know why? Because I love our country and I want to make America great again. Yeah. I just love our country.
I'm not a fan of putting the music in the background because everybody's got to over dramatize everything to make it more emotional, right? It's the music that puts the music is like the icing on the cake that really helps push that emotion. Music can change everything. No, I'm trying to keep my shows a little bit shorter so that way we can keep the attention span of everybody. I'm trying to be a little bit more sober so I can get the point across a little bit faster. That's for you. We're going to take a look at this really quick with Bill Maher because this is going to show exactly how far the ridiculousness of their ideology that they're trying to push, the media is pushing, and what the true effects of their ideology are, and how you're being lied to, in a sense. Because truth is truth. You can't fight facts. We're going to watch this, and then I'm going to give you a little touch of, if we don't change this, if we don't fix this, we're going to see this. Let's see what Bill Maher has to say.
But then it started messing around with the formula. Like the Democratic Party, Playboy decided they didn't need straight men anymore. They put transgender women and gay men on the cover, and predictably sales, like their subscribers' penises, collapsed.
I'm actually starting to like Bill Maher a little bit more and more.
The staff began using terms like intersectionality, sex positivity, and privileging. And in response, Playboy readers used terms like no thanks, get the fuck out of here, and bye-bye. At one point, Playboy, yes, Playboy, even dropped the nudity, which is like cigar aficionado announcing, we're getting rid of the cigars. It went from entertainment for men to re-education for nobody, and enlightened their way to unpopularity. Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian posed for another magazine and broke the internet with her ass.
Truth is truth. Sex fucking sells. I'm not going to lie. Ooh, I almost forgot about this one. Oh, okay, one more thing. This. You know what? Hang on a sec. I'm going to come back down. This is what we're in for. If we're not fucking careful. Our streets are going to be overtaken by people with their own ideologies.
Yes, go on, Antifa. Go on, Antifa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. These guys are about to invade Poland. Show your face.
Antifa walking around all over London. They get protected by the fucking police. Remember how we was having an issue at Portland before the National Guard started to step in? Then you got this gentleman right here. Says a man on TikTok was just banned from every Nando's in the UK for violating their one Coke policy. He had more than one fucking Coca-Cola. And was contacted by the police to be part of a voluntary interview to ask why he had 2 cups of Coke to check his sugar levels. This shit is not a joke. Over 12,000 people have already been arrested in the UK for social media posts because ideology has taken over. You don't win wars by not fighting back. And this is a war of ideology that's happening. This is a war of ideology for fucking homeschool. Not homeschool. This is what is it? This is a Showalter Middle School right here. A word search that was sent home to the kids. Accomplice, ally, anti-blackness, bias, BIPOC, defensive, discrimination. These are the words that you need to find in your little word find here. Prejudice, privilege, supremacy, systemic, trauma. This is for a fucking medical school class. If we don't stand up now, this will be our, that fucking London will be our future. What is this? Dearborn, Michigan. Forced to post a public apology on the city's website for 3 years because Dearborn police enforced Sharia law on a YouTuber, David Wood, who was publicly arrested for criticizing Muhammad and preaching Christianity to Muslims. And they had him arrested. It did happen. They got in trouble for it, and they got to apologize Says in Dearborn, Michigan, they locked us up. They threw us in jail, kept us in there for a while, and we hadn't done anything. And the things they accuse us of, we didn't do at all. No investigation. They just took us and locked us up. And then they were wrong. Right? It's a war. It's a war of ideology. And even Trump is recognizing it. Trump put out on True Social. He said Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are the responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. But that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,400 worldwide, something must be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing, and able to save the great Christian population around the world. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. This is a war. This is a spiritual war. And this is happening. Now, apparently, he's talking, I don't know if they're talking about the same tweet right here, but this says breaking. Yeah, so President Trump, a little fragment of what he said. He said the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians. The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns ablazing, completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. He says, I am hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thug that attacked the cherished Christians, warning the Nigerian government better move fast. Meaning, take care of your shit in your fucking country, or we will come and help, because Christians do not need to be persecuted. You can't preach inclusivity and agree with the killing and destruction of somebody because of their religion. Which I don't know if those people in fucking Nigeria care about inclusivity. They're just fucking hateful people. But the thing is, if he goes to save them, they're going to claim he's racist. If he helps a white immigrant, they're going to claim he's racist. Sometimes I'm getting to the point to where it's just, call me fucking racist. I know the truth. I don't care anymore. You can just go fuck yourself. But I came across this TikTok right here. This young man, Javon Cross TV. What he said was brilliant. Beautiful. And I think I'm going to leave us on this note with this one, because this is the most honesty and real I've seen online in a long time. And when scrolling through media, drowning in dramatics and lies, it's refreshing to taste the honesty. It's 1:40 long. Appreciate you still being here. We're going to finish on this.
If the temporary removal of government benefits has done anything, it has exposed the extent to which dependency has been institutionalized. If you pay attention, the system's strength has never been in its generosity, but in its ability to make self-sufficiency seem impossible. It's almost like people don't recognize that dependency is the most efficient form of control. When the governed needs to rely on the governing to sustain their existence, Authority no longer needs to demand obedience. It's voluntary. And let's be clear, what we are watching today is not a financial disruption. It's a revelation of how power sustains itself through engineered reliance. By the way, for all my protesters, this isn't about race. Power has no favorite complexion. It only favors those who forget they can stand on their own. But let me give you perspective. A system that feeds you also decides when you're hungry. Self-sufficiency is not a privilege, it's a birthright. Understand this, no matter what you are expected to receive, you are loyal to a system that is not invested in your well-being. It is invested in your continuation as a dependent. Yes, I am aware that assistance is sought out for many different reasons. A benefit card can keep dinner on the table, but it's also going to escort your confidence out the kitchen with it. The meal appears, yes, but the memory of your own capability is going to leave with it. And I say this to you as someone who's already been there where the help feels necessary. But what most people don't recognize when they're inside is the same system that's willing to give you assistance is the same system prepared to criminalize you when your need turns into an action. There's a great saying that goes, hunger is temporary, but the consequences to how you respond to it can last a lifetime.
I came across this, and that was the most brilliant thing I'd heard in a long time. And I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And, stop that shit. Wasn't ready. Working on my timing. Give me a minute. Eventually, I get the shit squared away. But, yeah. It's all right, folks. We gonna make it. And I appreciate y'all staying here with me. And I'll see if I can't work on the editing on the audio and shit. I know. I'm working on it. I'm getting better. Either way, just remember, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, feed him for life.